From Brooklyn, New York, and the home of the Nets, we're broadcasting live from Barclays Center. You're in for a treat as we bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg. Anthony and Brent Berry. From the sideline, we'll have David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a moment. Today's game continues this Brooklyn Nets homestand.
And their first two games against this club, both being losses, losing 3 in a row would be a real tough pill to swallow. So I think they'll look to make their stand here tonight.
Yeah, you have to try to find a way to turn the tide in this 4-game season series, and I think it starts with being aggressive from the jump ball.
6 to shoot. Here's Thomas. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
Cam Thomas was the 27th pick in the 2021 NBA Draft. GA. I think a lot of teams, wouldn't you agree, are regretting passing on him.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to believe that he fell all the way to the end of the first round. Lots of teams would love to have a scorer like him on their roster.
Now here's Ingram. Right now, checking his stats, he's averaging over 23 points a game. Pirtle inside. Shoots the 3. And it's Ingram missing. There's Williams with the 3. It's rebounded by Scotty Barnes. Driving inside. Launches a 3. Akusevsky can't hit.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Here's Thomas. Kicks it out to Johnson. Nobody near Williams. Off target from three-point range. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Thanks very much. Had a chance to talk with head coach Jordi Fernandez. Coach had praise for one of the opponents tonight, the versatile Scotty Barnes. He told me Scotty's somebody that can do it all. He can score, pass, rebound, and defend multiple positions. That's rare for a player his age. So, Kevin, Scotty's still growing as a player.
Thanks, David.
Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Outside Williams. There's the drive. Over in the corner, Claxton. Back to Williams. High post try. Rebound by the Raptors.
His touch has left him in this quarter. Nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Now, here's Johnson. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's Williams. Drains the 19-footer. Williams has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, that's a needle in a haystack shot right there. You're not going to hit that one all that often.
Since moving back to Brooklyn in 2012, the Nets, Greg, have won just 2 playoff series.
Just think about the all-stars they've had. KG, Pierce, Durant, Kyrie, Harden. I could name more. The Nets just haven't been able to put it together.
Now here's Johnson. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. And Barnes sends it back.
Ooh, the swat by Barnes. He's got that ability to put up big block numbers.
Raptors with the lead. In the corner, it's Ingram. 3-pointer. Good on the triple. Ingram's got 5 now.
There's a solid opening quarter right here. Very active and creating a lot of good opportunities for himself.
Williams. Right side, Thomas. And he gets it to go from the high post.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Yeah, he's got to be a little bit more on their radar after knocking down something like that.
Now here's Ingram. He has 5. Pass to quickly. Okushevsky in the corner. Barrett with the ball. The 3. Rebound by Williams. Outside Thomas. Kicks it out to Johnson. That's good. That's Thomas picking up the assist. And that makes it a tie ball game.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Now, quickly. No scoring in this one. Johnson over to help. Ingram wide open. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. .59 seconds left in the first. Here's Williams. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. And so quickly we'll bring it up for Toronto. In the corner, it's Ingram. Quickly looking it over. Back to Pokusevski. And the Raptors miss again. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Williams. Pass to Claxton. Outside for Thomas. Back to Claxton. Outside Thomas. No good from 18.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
Tie game in Brooklyn. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
For years, it seemed like the league was going to go smaller. But lately, Greg, it seems like size is back in fashion.
Yeah, I mean, look at the MVP award, right? Centers and Jokic and Embiid winning it recently. Even Giannis, I wouldn't consider him small. And just overall around the NBA, it feels like bigger teams are having more success.
And it goes down 2 points.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
The drive by Barnes. He gets it in there.
Boy, talk about going north to south. Scotty Barnes is explosive.
Russell looking it over. And he banks in the lane. Russell's got the game tied up here for the Nets.
All the way to the bucket. No resistance. Just swipe the candy from him.
Inside. And a dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
I love the unselfishness, and coaches do as well.
Well, not just coach, but you can see it in the teammates, the way that they look at him. They appreciate it when he shares the ball like that.
And stolen by Barnes. Oh, and here comes Barnes all alone. Oh, and the dunk by Barnes.
A little bit of showtime there from Scotty B.
The 2022 Rookie of the Year, Scotty Barnes, GA. He had a terrific rookie year, as we know. His second year may have fallen off a little bit.
Yeah, it was a bit stagnant for Scotty, but man, he had a monster third year, making his first All-Star game. The playmaking of Barnes especially took a leap.
Raptors leading by 4. But Greg, I'm sure their coach is very pleased with their offensive flow right now.
I mean, it's harder than it looks to get it going like this. Now they just have to maintain it.
5 to shoot. The Raptors need to get a shot off. Here's Mobo.
That's their first of the game, though, so sharp passing has helped them to craft this lead. Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Russell. And Barnes sends it back. Here's Mobo. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And the defense of this Raptors team, Craig, they are built to switch.
And it's no accident with their roster construction. They like having wings that can guard all 5 positions. Makes defending a much easier prospect. Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Down low, Watford. A clear look for Williams. That one's good. Just his third make. Brings him to 3 for 8 in this game.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
Pass to Barnes. Here's Boucher. And again, no good by Toronto. Near the three-point line, it's Thomas. And he hits it to tie the game up. Thomas got 5. And it's Barnes with the ball for the Raptors. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Watford with it. Nothing on the board. And there's a whistle. That goes on Scotty Barnes. That is his first foul of the game. And Darko Rajakovic calls timeout. Looking for a breather. And maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. Teams changing it up here. Outside Thomas. Outside Russell. Just 5 on the clock. A three-pointer is right on target. Russell's got the lead up to 3 now for the Nets.
Well, this becomes the D-low zone right now, and he's got the kind of range to step back even further.
And it's sent back by Russell. Here's Wilson. Here he goes. Outside for Thomas. The Nets need to get a shot off here. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And here is Quickly. Still without a basket. Pass to Dick. Ingram right side. He squares up and sinks it. 1:25 left in the first half of the game. Johnson outside. Outside Wilson. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Sharp. From deep. The shot by Wilson, no good. Toronto trailing. The three. Dick can't get it to go.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And here's Sharp. Johnson for three. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordy Fernandez. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. The Raptors making a switch here. "36 seconds left in the second quarter. Faster quickly. Here's Battle. Now Dick. 5 on the clock. Now here's Quickly. For the three. And that one's good. Battle. Battle's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Johnson outside. Over Quickly. And the Nets miss again. He got it up. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Raptors lead by 2. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin. The Brooklyn Nets wasted no time hiring their next coach, Jordy Fernandez, shortly after the conclusion of last season. Despite his youth, Fernandez has been on the rise after stops as an assistant with the Kings, Nuggets, and Cavs, as well as coaching the Canadian national team. Kevin?
You know, DA, we've been talking about Jordy Fernandez for a long time. Now his big break. And I'm very happy. I know we all are for Coach Fernandez. Hey, David, thank you. The Nets have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
Shooting for Brooklyn, Zaire Williams. Stepping the line.
The first one falls. And Williams drops them both.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
And that one's good. Ingram.
Well, when Ingram gets the ball on the inside, his length can really help him out to create shot opportunities.
There aren't too many players with a skill set as diverse as Brandon Ingram.
Yes, Kevin, you got to appreciate the tools that Brandon Ingram possesses. That comes with a lot of hard work. But this guy can score over smaller defenders. He's creative enough to draw contact against bigger guys and use that quickness. He's always been a scorer, but his playmaking ability over the past couple seasons, that's something that's growing and is giving them a chance to be very competitive.
Williams can't hit. Toronto with the ball. To the middle. And slam dunk by Ingram.
And that's the way it should be. Ingram aggressive to the rack.
Pass to Barnes. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. And here's Barrett. And Barrett slams it in.
And Barrett will give you these kind of flashes. He got up that time.
Here's Clowney. The Nets working the ball around now. Williams with the ball. Headed now by Barnes. Back to Williams. And it's Williams finishing it off.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordy Fernandez. He wants to talk to his guys. Here's Barnes. 6 points for him. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Barnes has got 8.
Yeah, Scotty has confidence from that mid-range and does not need much space.
Pass to Clowney. Outside Williams. And that one is off. Good D by Barnes. And Cameron Thomas picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. On the wing, Barnes. He's got 8. Battle misses. That's trailed by 3. On the wing, Johnson. One-on-one here. Here's Pokusevski. Fouls contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And Poku holding nothing back for this and-one opportunity.
And Brooklyn making a change here. And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. Thomas with it. Picked up by Barrett. Johnson outside. Three-pointer. No good. Raptors leading by 5. The drive by Barnes. And Keon Johnson picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Here's Barnes. And the dunk by Barnes.
And Barnes has that big body and is very nimble. Gets him to the free throw line.
The Raptors shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. We love young Scotty Barnes. He can shoot, he can defend, and he can really pass. Brent, he seems like the ideal wing.
Well, there's a lot of things there, Kevin, that are very good. You don't become an all-star at that position without those kind of abilities. But the responsibility of playing winning basketball consistently, let's see how that plays out for Scotty moving forward. D'Lo at that size has great court vision and a great pass.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Outside, Russell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Kicks it out to Johnson. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Mobo gets the basket. And now it's a 10-point Toronto lead.
Yeah, you could see that RJ had seen him open earlier and then got in the right spot to deliver.
1:19 left in the third quarter. Kicks it out to Johnson. Takes the 3. A putback. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
First personal foul.
Let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for Toronto.
I like this throwback approach they're taking. Looking to score high percentage shots in the paint. And so far, it's working.
You also have to admire the way they've gotten out and run in transition. And they've run wide, they've run their lanes, they've been doing it with a great pace. And that's produced some easy scores.
Now, here's Quickly. Still yet to score. 50 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Pass to Watford. Here's Bitadze. Garrett covering. Now, here's Wilson. And it's Russell in the corner. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Thomas outside. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Toronto leading by 9. Here's quickly. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Burst of speed from quickly, too much for the D to react to.
The Raptors shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
Really hasn't come together for them as a group in terms of free throw shooting, just around 70% on the season.
Here's Watford, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Here's Bitadze. It's hauled in by Brown. And Anthony Melton picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
And he's shooting his free throws to the tune of 75% this season. Fairly standard number.
Here's Whitehead. Pass to Sharp. 3 seconds left. And it's in. Oh, wow. He nails the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Yeah, it's almost like he's playing with the wristwatch there. He knew the time, he executed.
And so it's... And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Brooklyn Nets. They trail by 11. And the slam dunk by Johnson.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Ingram deciding where to go with it. Here's Mobo. Pass to quickly. It's Ingram on the wing. Just 5 to shoot. Tip wide open. Bangs home the trifecta. Diggs got his first 3 points of the game.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Quickly with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Claxton with the steal. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
First personal foul. First team foul.
He misses the free throw.
Shooting for Brooklyn. Nicholas Claxton. Stepping the line with 2 shots.
And he sinks the second.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Here's Ingram. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there.
Pass to Claxton. Back to Johnson. Fires from deep. Connects from three-point range. Johnson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Ingram. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
Oh, man, this would be a different ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
Top of the key, Claxton. Johnson in the corner. Johnson outside. There's Williams. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Raptors leading by 6. Pass to Mobo. And the 3 off target.
His shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
Kicks it out to Johnson. And here is Williams. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Ingram with it. Now Thomas defending. Pass to Mobo. Back to Ingram. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
And this is where that length shows off on particular plays like that. Still able to score.
Here's Thomas. And Thomas with the stuff.
And that kind of defense ain't going to get it done.
Gee, we don't see those kinds of dunks out of him all the time, but we know he's got it in him.
Well, any guy can throw it down against air defending him. Plenty of room, so not so amazing. What does amaze me, though, is that no one came over to contest the play.
Williams can't hit. Raptors leading by 6. Now the Raptors moving it up.
Brandon Ingram at that size, able to survey the entire floor and make a play.
Outside Thomas. Pass to Williams. And he finishes nicely on the layup. 16 points for Williams.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Mobo gets the basket.
Kind of like playing in the rec league, little to no defense on that possession, and the easiest three-pointer you can imagine.
And they pick up 2.
You watch Johnson so comfortable on the offensive end.
1:43 left here in the fourth quarter. And the 3 ball is good. And the Raptors lead by 10.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Ingram with room to shoot. And the Raptors tack on 2 more.
Brandon Ingram, a constant threat on the offensive end. A little bit of work right there in the mid-range.
Count it. Williams has got 11 here in this quarter alone.
And how about the burst in that first step? Just right to the rim.
Out to the wing. Here's Mobo. From outside, off the mark. Nets trailed by 7.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
Looking unlikely right here. That time ticking away.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, whether it's teammates or the coaching staff, hopefully a combination of both, but gets close. He's getting the ball.
Here's Mobo. That's good, and it's Ingram with the assist.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
Great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
.30 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Over to the wing. Here's Mobo. A 3-pointer off the mark. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They're behind by 7. Guys, what do you think?
Trying to keep hope alive, but I don't see them making a comeback.
Yeah, this is the classic too little, too late. The effort coming and not enough time for them to get back in it.
Greg, nothing short of some once-in-a-lifetime plays are going to save them now.
Yeah, the door is just about to close on this one. But, hey, never say never.
And that one's good. Ingram
staying agile, ready to take the shot as soon as that opened up for him.
Barrett, wide open, he fires. Sinks the three-pointer. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opponent.